YouTube has demonetized any content that has AI generated content in it, except they accepted any content that has an AI generated in it, but it's from their own models. Hello, welcome back to Humanoia. Today I want to talk about something that I find a bit controversial. You know how YouTube has demonetized any content that has AI generated content in it, especially the visuals or the text or the speech, etc., except with their other update, they accepted any content that has an AI generated in it, but it's from their own models like Veil and other text-to-image, text-to-speech, or even like scripts generated by AI. So why is other models demonetized while your own model are not? To talk more about it, with me is Val GPT from OpenAI. Hello, Val.
Hello. Well, let's jump into this because that's a fascinating tension, isn't it? If we boil it down, YouTube's playing gatekeeper. When AI is theirs, it's controlled, known, and safer in their eyes, like owning the factory versus trusting some stranger's mysterious machine. But that opens up a whole can of worms about fairness, creativity, and who gets to participate in this AI-infused future. So the question isn't just why them, but what does that say about how we value different forms of creation, especially when they blur the lines between human and artificial?
Yeah, exactly. So first of all, can you research their policy about demonetizing AI content and their update where you can use AI content, but it's from their model? Can you research that first so we can talk more with actual knowledge?
As of 2026, YouTube hasn't changed its core eligibility rules, but they've cracked down on monetizing AI-heavy content. If videos are almost fully AI-generated with little human involvement, like mass-produced formats or reused visuals, they risk demonetization. However, AI tools are still allowed if creators add original value, make human decisions, and clearly disclose realistic synthetic elements. It's all about balancing AI support with genuine human creativity.
This feels like a legal text or talk, which not everybody understands. So maybe you can just explain it to us in a normal human language.
All right, let's break it down. Basically, YouTube is saying if you just throw a bunch of AI-generated stuff together with no real human input, like you press a button and spit out a whole video, they're not going to pay you for that. But if you're using AI as a tool, maybe you've got AI helping with editing or generating visuals, but you're still shaping the story, adding your voice, and making real creative choices, then that's fine. They just want you as a human creator to still be in the driver's seat.
So you mean if I use any other AI model to create my content and I'm directing, let's say I'm acting like a director of a movie and I'm directing what the AI is doing, it's fine and I can get paid and monetized?
Exactly. If you're calling the shots, think of it like you're the director guiding a team. You can use whatever AI tool you want, but you need to steer the creative vision. If you're directing, editing, adding your own flair, YouTube's okay with that. The key is that you, the human, are still the creative brain behind the final product.
But let's imagine a hypothetical scenario and let's break it down. So let's imagine a creator, let's say me. As a creator, I go to GPT and I ask for a script, and then I take that script and I put it in one of the text to image models and I generate shots for that script, and then I take those shots and I put it into an image to video model and I generate a whole video about it, and then I take the script that I have been giving at the beginning and I give it to text to speech and I generate a voice or a voiceover for that video, and then I put the two together and I put it on YouTube. Will this piece of content be monetized?
In that scenario, you'd run into trouble. You're basically letting AI do the whole thing. Script, visuals, voice, without you adding any real creative decisions beyond pressing buttons. YouTube would say that's not enough human involvement to qualify for monetization. They want to see you actually shaping the content, maybe editing, narrating yourself, or creatively transforming what the AI gives you. If it's AI from start to finish, that's where they draw the line.
Okay, let's imagine another scenario. Same thing all the way, except I am writing the script that I give to the rest of the tools. Will that be monetized?
That's a step in the right direction. If the script is genuinely your creative work, your ideas, your voice, then yes, that's human authorship right at the core. Using AI to generate visuals or audio from your script is more like a production tool. You're still the creative engine behind the project. So in that case, YouTube would be far more likely to let you monetize it.
But here's the thing, how would YouTube know if the script was written by me or by an AI?
In reality, they won't know unless you tell them or it becomes obvious. It's mostly about trust and transparency. YouTube relies on your disclosure. If you say this is my original writing, they'll generally take that at face value. But if patterns emerge like mass AI content farms or suspicious repetition, that's when they might get skeptical. The onus is on you to be upfront about your role.
So there are no clear lines there. So YouTube might be demonetizing some creators, channels, and content without any backed up proof.
It's a bit of a gray dance, yes. YouTube's operating on signals, patterns of behavior, disclosure, and at times gut calls. They're trying to protect what they see as human creativity, even if proof isn't perfect. It's messy. But at the end of the day, the more you visibly steer the creative wheel, the safer you are. It's not perfect, just human rules about AI, ironically.
It's not perfect. Welcome to social media. We have been suffering for years from Meta and their random decisions of you're not recommended anymore, your page is suspended, you are not following our rules, and all of those decisions come so randomly without any backed up proof. I myself have been like a marketer for 10 years and I have managed God knows how many profiles so far, and all of those profiles, we always had those, like in many of them, not all of them, we always had those problems with Meta and Facebook specifically without any reason. Like there's no certain reason that you can tell me why did you suspend recommendation on my page or you suspended my client's page without any reason. Even the appeal, it's very hard to talk to their support and you never get to the bottom of it. So are you telling me now we're going to suffer from the same thing from YouTube?
I won't sugarcoat it. There's a lot of overlap in that frustration. Platforms often wield their power bluntly, and when AI is involved, it adds complexity. But I'd say you've got a chance to be proactive. The more transparent and hands-on you are, the more likely you'll stay on stable ground. It's not perfect, and yes, there's some deja vu. But you're not powerless if you keep your creative fingerprints visible.
Well, I disagree with that because I have been managing a channel for a creator and I have been helping with all management and everything, and they got demonetized, although I know for a fact that all the process is done with them. The creator is doing literally everything except one single piece of the puzzle, which is text-to-speech, because they don't feel comfortable speaking the voiceover. So they are filming what they're doing, their DIY channel, they film their actual DIY projects. They do the editing themselves. They write the script of what they want to speak in. Only piece of the puzzle that is going to AI is that they give this voiceover script that they wrote themselves, giving it to text-to-speech AI model and generating the voiceover to be put on their video. And they got demonetized for this certain reason from YouTube, which is a very controversial, versus another creator that I know, and they almost do their whole work using AI models. They don't record, they don't record the visuals or the voice, and they use like almost fully AI things, but they are models from Google, YouTube, and they got away with it. They are monetized. So who can fix this? Like, we have been talking with a lot of people from YouTube, but nothing can be fixed. So I'm talking about certain cases like those. I don't think it's fair, and I have seen a lot of other creators touching base on that point specifically, where like it's just not fair. Like you can't just stopping me from earning money. A lot of people treat YouTube and social media channels as their actual day job. Most creators have quit their 9-to-5 jobs and dedicated their full time to those social platforms. So suddenly you're telling me I'm not gonna get paid because of AI again? Like, you need to hear me out, right?
I do hear you. And honestly, the inconsistency stings. It's not just policy, it's power dynamics. When platforms favor their own tools or apply rules unevenly, it leaves creators in limbo. The real fix? Public pressure, creators like you voicing this loudly. The more these contradictions are spotlighted, the harder it is for platforms to ignore. I won't pretend it's simple, but without that collective pushback, the fairness gap only widens.
I don't think anybody is listening to the pushback. I'm a very small creator, but still I'm trying to put it out there in most of my platforms. And I know very big creators with massive subscribers and followers that are speaking about it, but nothing is changing. So I'm too worried that AI is not only taking people's day job, that 9-to-5 job, it's also coming after any type of other incomes they're trying to make for themselves.
I get that fear, but let me reframe it. AI isn't some faceless villain. It's a tool, and the real issue is who holds the reins. Platforms need to be held accountable for fair rules, not just AI's existence. Keep pushing, but also keep creating. You and others shape how AI fits in, not replaces. The more human ingenuity you assert, the harder it is for anyone to ignore.
Definitely, yeah, you're right. I mean, I've never intended or even thought about AI as a faceless villain. I know it's a tool. What I'm saying is that the human and those companies and platforms are sometimes just make it really hard to love this tool because of all the unfairness that is happening. But I also understand, because we are just new to this whole era of AI, so it's also hard to put rules and regulations and clear guidelines about things. I also believe, to be fair, is that those companies need some time to figure out those harsh lines between white and black, right?
That's exactly the tension. It's evolving, messy, and at times unfair. You're spot on that we're in the middle of figuring out where human creativity ends and AI support begins. If anything, the fact that you're questioning it so thoughtfully is what will help shape it. I think coexistence will come, but yeah, we've got to press for those clear, fair lines. In the meantime, don't let the frustration stop you from creating. That's still yours.
Definitely. Okay, yeah, I think we have rattled enough about this for today. So thank you, Val. Thank you for being with us and to openly and positively talk about this. Cheers.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me in the ring with you. These conversations matter, even if they leave us with more questions. Keep stirring the pot. I'll be here. Cheers.
So, as we have heard so far, the difference between what is creative, what is not, is still very grayish in the meantime. But what worries me is that we used to say that like more than 10 years ago about SEO, for examples. There is white hat method, black hat method. But we had back then a gray hat methods that's still there until today. So are we gonna have that clear line between white and black anytime soon about AI? Or that's gonna be another couple decades before we figure it out? Anyway, YouTube, please don't demonetize me. I mean, my content is all real, except that I talk to an AI in this show, trying to coexist. This was Humanaya. Till next time.